And we're seeing that more and more through Hollywood with TV shows and stuff. We're seeing more and more black leads, black produced productions, all of these different things. Like, this is progress, but it's nothing compared to what I see. I went overseas a few years ago. I went to London and a few other places in Europe, and on their billboards they have Muslim women and black men and
Mm.
Chinese children and all this stuff, advertising, toothpaste and cell phones and everything you see in America that have been whitewashed all these years. They are way ahead of us. Even in Canada, you'll see, Indian people and black people on their billboards and advertisements and commercials for years. And
Mm.
we're just now catching up to that. And I think that has a lot to do with this, with this conversation that this tabooness that's attached to
Yep.
racial conversation, because we're just not used to seeing African American faces and Indian faces and people of color on our toothpaste commercials, on
And
our billboards, all that stuff.
not in a positive, right, and not in a positive light if it's there.
Not in
And
a
other times
positive,
it's
right? Yes, yes.
it's only symbolic and performative, right? Not actually to do any work. And that is the good point in terms of like culturally where we are and like how far other cultures have like passed us by. And it's because we've not had a reckoning. We need a reckoning in America. Like we need a societal reckoning and ownership up to the bullshit that has led to where we are today. Like we need to own our shit, and we are not willing to do that for the same reasons, right? Like don't want to be looked at in a bad light. Want to keep saying we're the best place to be. We are not the best place to be. We have never, ever been the best place to be. And we will not be the best place to be until there is a reckoning. Own up to the bullshit. Bryan Stevenson, an author and speaker. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's an attorney who talks about his experience working with black males in the legal justice system, and he talks about this same thing of like there's no reckoning, and people want to talk about unity. You ain't getting no damn unity until you get a reckoning. We want to be unified too. We've been unified. We've been sweeping these things under the rug, walking on eggshells, trying to do what we could as black and brown folk, and now we over it, right? So the reckoning has to happen. We have to own up to it. We have to keep taking those statues down without people having to do it on their own. We have to say and mirror this history that is real and tell people when they get here, look, we enslaved some people. These are still the effects today of this slavery. This is what the prison justice system is looking like and how that directly relates to slavery and what's happening. This is pipeline to prison and our K through 12 systems. And this is what we did. And this is what we're working on to fix it. And until that happens, we're just going to keep living in this illusion. It's an illusion and a facade that they want marginalized and oppressed groups to continue to walk the same way as if nothing is happening.